What's going on? This is a stock market recap for Tuesday, April 22nd, and we have started our bounce day already. So now the most obvious pattern right now is the equilibrium. So on our SPY futures, we've got our low, we've got our high, higher low set now. Now we're looking for a lower high. The most important level is that 5,528 level. So on the S&P, that would be more 548.62 is the most important level, and so that's what we're looking at. And that is the most likely scenario, is to see tightening ranges play out from here. We had a bit of an increase in volume today, which is good to see, and it seems like there's positivity in the tariff talks, and possibly with China. That China is the most important thing. That is the biggest effector of the tariff war, or whatever you want to call it, tariff tantrum. China will kind of be the one that decides when we start heading bullish, essentially. So that's what I'm going to be looking at. Volume might drop off here, but yeah, that is the pattern for the S&P and for a lot of these names that I'll be going through. The Nasdaq, exact same thing, just starting to get above this trend line. So the Nasdaq was weaker than the S&P on the initial drops. So that's then that was due to the SMH, the semiconductors, underperforming, and now we're seeing at the after hours that semiconductors got some positive news and saw the biggest upside from after hours. So we'll be interested to see what happens tomorrow morning, where we open up. But yeah, we had up to 2.7%, essentially 2.69% after hours on the whatever news came out regarding microchips. So let's go through individual tickers. Actually, sorry. IWM is in already a very tight equilibrium at this point. I guess it already has a resistance coming up at 189.05, but the more important one will be 192. And all this trading so far has happened in this one mother bar. So essentially the break of this mother bar will be important. And so we're tightening up here, just about to test support, or resistance there. And the Dow was the least affected by the tariff news, just because of what companies are within it, and the financial and healthcare sectors are bigger weighted in it, so it less effect. But nonetheless, we're still looking for a lower high than up here, and that will be coming here in the next couple days. Okay, going through individual tickers. Meta. So Meta is clearly weaker than... We broke support here with zero follow through straight into a daily bounce. So now I'm looking the other way. Now we're looking for a daily lower high than 557.77 on the way back up, and then we'll have 587.89 on the way back up as well. But yeah, that we broke this support with zero follow through. We broke it, closed above, and then straight into a daily bounce today. Definitely, now we're looking bullish, but we also have the 8 and 12 moving averages. This could just turn into a bear flag and roll over. So we need to make a bigger move off this bottom here. Nvda, weak bounce so far, but obviously after hours saw a bit of a push. We saw 3.66% after hours. So still in the daily bear flag, but now we're seeing a bit more of a push. We're going to be closer to the daily 8 and 12 moving averages. And at that point, we're just looking for a lower high, and we're still in an equilibrium as well. So following the S&P and the tech sector, just look out for equilibriums at this point. We had big ranges, now we're tightening up. Plantr, less affected by the tariff news, and we're still bull flagging from this bottom. We are still bull flagging on the 8 and 12 moving average. I'm actually very interested in Pltr and Netflix definitely are standing out. Just names that aren't affected, so that's what you should be looking towards. Ones that are least likely to be affected, because those are probably going to be the ones that start seeing all-time highs first. And as you'll see from Netflix, we almost did make an all-time high. Here, I'll go to it quick. Netflix, we either did or we just broke it with no follow-through. Yeah, we broke it with no follow-through. Only 47 cents of follow-through, and then shot back down with a big upper wick. So that's caution to the bulls. When we break a huge resistance and then zero follow-through, you should be cautious. And at this point, you should have been taking profits at this point anyways. So, because eventually you're going to have to find a daily high or low. And the 8 and 12 moving averages are way below you on the daily. So we need time for this to catch up, and not that it won't happen. The fact that we have elevated volume definitely gives a bull case that we may see another move higher, even into all-time highs. But that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. This was a big head and shoulders pattern that broke bear straight into a bounce. So just straight weekly bounce and broke an all-time high. So that's a big move. Where are we at? Tesla, obviously a big name right now. There was bullish news after hours Elon Musk talking about spending more time at the company. So that being said, maybe this is the turning point for the company. Maybe him shifting his focus and caring about the company more than Doge will start seeing money inflow into this. But we're just we're range bound in this equilibrium at this point. At this time, we are all this trading so far here is in this mother bar. So we need to get above these levels right first. I think there was a bit of a push after hours. We didn't break it after hours yet, but a bit of a push. Get above that 262.49, and then we're talking about the top of the mother bar. And then we'll be looking onwards towards the top of the equilibrium. But still in equilibrium. Nothing's changed. We're just tightening up. We did break down there, but no follow through. So still in equilibrium at this point, but caution that it did break down, just no follow through at this time. Apple was definitely affected more in the beginning because they're all the other manufacturing, but now they're promising to make manufacturing in the US, so now things are looking positive. So now we've set a daily higher low at this point, and now we're looking towards trying to break our daily or change our daily trend, essentially. That is important. We made it about to the 0.5, which odds do favor a lower high, but less. We still have power to the bulls that we can go and break straight into a new higher high easier than if it made it all the way down to the golden pocket. But also at this resistance, we do have the 50 moving average right above it as well. IBM, pretty close to all-time highs. Let's see how far we are down. 9.5% down from all-time highs. Still so within shooting range. And we're bull flagging on the daily right now. So we have a big move up, trying to set that daily higher low. We set it. Now we're looking to try and confirm this bull flag. But we also have been closing steadily below the 50 moving average. So caution on that could push us down, or we just set the quick daily lower high and then change our daily trend. Google. Okay, so we have kind of a bit of a lopsided inverse head and shoulders happening here, or I guess we can even call this our inverse head and shoulders. Trying to set a weekly higher low at this point. And we set our daily higher low. Now we need to make more room. Odds do favor a lower high than right here because of the size of this pullback. So 164.03, and then we could end up tightening here. Let's see if we, pretty sure this is at least the golden pocket. Yeah, it's a little bit past the platinum, into the platinum zone. So odds do favor we just equilibrium from this point. Amazon made a huge pullback on this, so now we're just looking at this like a potential equilibrium as well. 180, looking for a daily lower high than 187.44, and to tighten up in this level. BABA. So now that China's possibly looking better, there's also I gotta say, with Trump in power, just the threat of delisting these companies off of U.S. stock exchanges is kind of just I just caution to anyone playing Chinese names that at any time you could have this rug pulled out of you at any time. So I mean, at this point we've changed our daily trend, so that's a good sign. We're just facing this resistance here at 118.87, and then we have this gap fill territory. We've also got the 50 moving average rate above us as well as resistance. So AMD made it to the 0.5 on this retracement, and this could still easily just be turn into a inverse cup and handle on the way down, because we're retracing quite a bit now. And the 8 and 12 moving averages are just still pointed down. So this is just steady sell-off, not a good look. There's really no real sign of the bulls yet. No real sign. This climax candle had some potential here, but we don't want to lose the lows on this. We want to ideally just equilibrium at this point, but we're still looking for a lower high even once we start bouncing on the daily. Visa's a good name because it's not affected so much by tariffs. So we are within shooting range of all-time highs. We've set our daily higher low now. Now we're just looking at this resistance. Here's our support. We would be expecting a expected daily lower high. Not that it's impossible, but to break through, but just most likely scenario is to see the daily lower high, and then we'll see where our daily higher low comes from. Rgti still in this giant equilibrium here. Now we're looking for a lower high, then really tightening up. 974. So we have our high, low, lower high, higher low. Now we're looking for a lower high here, and we could tighten up even into earnings, and then let that decide what the direction will be. Microsoft, remember that also Rgti is pre-earnings. It's not making money on revenue. Microsoft, big pullback on this consolidation. Expect a lower high now. We are seeing a daily bounce, but expect a lower high than 394.65. And potentially just bounce around in this range until we can break that. Those are the key levels, though, at this point. 344.79, 394.65. SMCI, big pullback. Now we're just bear flagging on the dailies. We need to make more of a bounce, but we're just looking for a daily lower high than 37.39. And our important level here, 27.60. And we could easily just chop around here. Netflix went through. Watch out, caution on the big upper wick there. But it's definitely like, this is a name where I'm buying oversold on. So hourly oversold, I'm going to start putting individual names. Now that I know tariffs aren't going to affect this name, this is the type of name that I'm interested in again. So Netflix, top watch, coin. had our inverse head and shoulders here had on watch, and yeah, we bull flagged here on the daily, and now we're breaking bull with volume, looking very good. Crypto's looking good, so that's gonna be behind this move too. So coin's another one to be on top watch as well. Just for whatever reason, crypto is outperforming the market, so be on watch for that. All right, that's it for the individual tickers, and I will see you tomorrow. Probably go over these names again, and we will see where we stand. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.